Alright, welcome back to part 4 of my Xbox 360 collection. Let's go ahead and get started. I did kind of forget to move the games from the last part, so give me a second. Alright, now let's go ahead and jump to Naruto, Rise of a Ninja. Naruto? I don't think it's pronounced Naruto. I always call it Naruto. Anyway, this is based off an anime show, kind of like Dragon Ball Z and One Piece and all that kind of stuff. But this is one of the few that I've actually been able to stomach. I have quite a few of the DVDs and whatnot. So a game like this was pretty fun. Although I've never completed it, it is a blast to play. I don't know, I just love Naruto and the whole show. And we have NBA 2K12. Much like my Madden installment, I kind of reach out there and get a basketball game every handful of years. And it's fun, but it doesn't keep my attention like it used to. And another sports title, NCAA Football 11. This is to kind of pair up with the Madden game, because you can create a college player in this, take them through their college career, and then transfer them over to your Madden game and let them get drafted to a team based on your performance in the college game. And that's pretty cool. Up we have Need for Speed The Run. Haven't really played this. I'm in and out of racing games, it seems like, over the years. Sometimes I'm really into them, sometimes I'm not. Right now I'm leaning more towards not, but this was cheap. That's why I bought it. And we have here 99 Nights. All I remember is that this was a relatively earlier 360 game, and it looked cool, but I don't know much about the game itself, so I don't know if it's a gameplay style that I'll like. So we have Overg Fighters. Very obvious that this is a jet game, but I haven't played it myself. Here's one of those disappointing games. A lot of people had plans on, had hoped that this was going to be as amazing as the original game. And that's Perfect Dark Zero, and I have one of the special limited collector's editions in the tin case. I haven't played this game. After reading so many negative reviews on it, I was like, I'm not in any rush, but I did want to get it in my collection. Up next we have Plants vs. Zombies, which is an unopened game. I bought this recently for my daughter because I thought, as much as she enjoyed some Let's Plays of this on YouTube, she might want to play it. But as you can see, it's still sealed. She hasn't expressed much interest in it after I first bought it for her. Alright, next up we have another limited collector's edition game, and that is Prey. I'm not sure if I'm missing an outer sleeve on this because there's no backer, there's no barcode, so I probably am. But this is kind of cool. It comes with a couple of pewter figures, and of course the guide and the game itself. My case is kind of rickety and stuff. It doesn't really latch. I've actually tried to get rid of this before and nobody will take it. I am excited though because there's a sequel coming out to it that might end up on my watch list because I think it's still going to be on the 360. Next we have The Price is Right Decades. This was a cheap game from Walmart and I love Price is Right, so I picked it up and brought it home and never played it. Okay, up next is a Kinect game, and this is kind of sort of, I consider this my daughter's game, but I'm showing it off here. It's Puss in Boots. I'm not going to show off her Skylanders games, but I will just mention now she has all three of Skylanders games for the 360. This one she played a few times, and it was pretty fun. This is actually something I might sit down and play, because as much as I love the movie and the Shrek movies. Alright, up next we have Rage from the creators of Doom and Quake. I haven't played this one, but this is a first-person shooter that I'm actually looking forward to checking out someday. Sort of like Homefront, I think it has some potential. I just haven't had a chance to give it a shot. Alright, up next we have Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. I did an installment of this in my favorite game series, so check that out if you want to know a little bit more about it. But up until GTA 5, this was probably the most amazing Rockstar game that had ever been released. And then this is the Undead Nightmare version, which allowed them, I guess, to get on the zombie bandwagon. Alright, next game up is Red Faction Guerrilla. I haven't played this game, have played a little bit of Red Faction games. To me, they're just kind of like typical first-person shooter games. Oh, then we have a game that may not stay in my collection for a whole lot longer, but for right now it's here. It's Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. I had absolutely no idea when I bought this that this was some sort of a squad-based tactical shooter game, and it has really bad reviews, so like I said, I'm a little disappointed that I paid any kind of money for this, but it may be going away to fund a future purchase. And then I have Resident Evil 6. This is an unopened copy. Ever since, even 4 for me, 4 was fine, but even 4 for me was such a change from the original Resident Evils that it marked the end of the quality of the series. And a lot of people were kind of down on 5, but so many people were down on 6. It's kind of ridiculous. And I'm going to put this up here really quick so you can look at the 6 and the design that they used for this. But me and my friends at work used to laugh about how this sort of looks like a giraffe with only 2 legs and some guy that's kind of in there giving him a little something special. I'll leave the rest up to your imagination. Alright, next game up I have here is The Saboteur, and this is a game from Pandemic Studios, which unfortunately are no more, but they put out the Mercenaries games, like Mercenaries 2 that I showed earlier in the previous collection video, as well as games like Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, the Mercenaries games, there's a couple others, I'm blanking now all of a sudden, but they were a really cool studio. I really love their games. They did the Destroy All Humans games, for example. Like I said, it's sad to see them no longer with us and making games, but Saboteur was a really cool game. I need to give it some more time, though. It's been a few years since I played it. Alright, next up we have another one of these cheap purchases that I got at Walmart. It's the Serious Sam collection. This has Serious Sam HD First Encounter, Second Encounter, Serious Sam 3 BFE, Serious Sam 3 Jewel of the Nile, and Serious Sam Double D 2XL. All I know is that the Serious Sam games are like kind of crazy over-the-top first-person shooters, and this was like $10, so I bought it, put it in my collection. Alright, next up is the other Suda51 game that I mentioned when I covered Lollipop Chainsaw before, and this is Shadows of the Damned. This is the game that attracted me to Suda51 in the first place, not really knowing much about the previous games, which I'm still struggling to remember. I'm thinking of No More Heroes, which may be in a part of it, but there's something else that came out like on the Wii or something that this guy is known for. Anyway, there's Shadows of the Damned. It's a fun game. I didn't play it very far in, but I was enjoying what I had played. Last 2 games in this section, Silent Hill Homecoming. Haven't played this game. Much like the Resident Evil series, I think after the first 4 or so games, the series kind of tapered and went downhill. And then last for this collection video is Singularity. This is another hidden gem in my opinion. It's a game worth picking up, especially if it's cheap. It's a first-person shooter that has some time manipulation aspect to it that was actually kind of fun. Alright, well that ends part 4. I have one more part to the collection, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in that video.